Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. Why are you all so eager to give your power away to your governments? So, if you guys watched my last video, I started to get into this topic a little bit. And this is kind of like a part 2 and continuation of the last video. If you watched that video, I got pretty heated towards the end. And I was upset throughout the whole video because this topic really touches a nerve with me. And it's because I don't understand why there are so many people in this world that are just so willing to give their power away to someone else. I don't get it one bit because I am the complete opposite of that. I don't want anyone to ever tell me what to do or to rule over me, or that I have to listen to what somebody else tells me to do. I never want that to be the case. I've never wanted it. I grew up in a world where I was conditioned to believe that this is the way things are supposed to be. But as I got older, I realized on my own that this is not right. And I didn't like it, and I didn't want to participate in it. I never voted. I have not voted. I never will vote. I don't care who the hell the candidates are. I don't care how pretty they present themselves. I don't care what BS they promise. I don't care. None of it. None of it do I care about. And yet and still, when I look around me, all I see is people that are willing to go along with this shit show, this charade, and support it. They're like, oh, you going for Biden or Trump? And it's like, why go for either? Why? Biden is a complete clown. Like, I don't even need to go into detail into Joe Biden. He's self-explanatory. You just look at the motherfucker and you can see he's a clown. Period. You don't even have, I don't have to explain anything about him. Now, Trump, on the other hand, I do. And this is probably where a lot of Trump fanboys are going to get butthurt because I'm talking about their savior, their God, God Emperor Trump, right? People actually call this motherfucker that. Listen, I'll admit, at first, even I was fooled by Trump, right? I thought he was a decent person. I thought. And he does present himself as such. But behind the scenes, the guy is snaking his supporters. He's building you guys up, promising you all these things, making you think he's going to do this, do that, do the other thing. And in reality, it's all part of the show. How do I explain this? It's two sides of a coin, right? Biden is the bad side. Trump is the good side, right? That's the way that this game works, right? So you have to have somebody like Trump to present himself as the good guy, but he's still working behind the scenes with the evil ones that control the world that I've talked about before to put on a show so that he can present himself as he's the good guy in this scenario, right? So if you have to choose between him and Joe Biden, then obviously you're going to look at Trump and be like, oh, well, he's obviously way better than Biden, right? I don't know how anybody could support Biden. If you support Biden for any reason whatsoever, something is seriously fucking wrong with you. But, and again, if you're one of those people that supports Biden, there's nothing I can say to you. I can't even talk to you. I can't even reason with you because you're that far gone that no matter what I say to you, I'm never going to be able to explain to you why you're wrong. You're just that fucked up in the head and that far gone. But Trump, I can see why people would support him because of the way he presents himself. He presents himself as this good savior guy, right? Like he's going to do all these great things. And he did a lot of things, quote unquote, for the country when he was in office. But when you look at if you take a step back, right? Take your feelings out of it. Take your little worshiping emotions out of it that you have to worship somebody. And just take a step back and look at the whole picture, right? You will see that he was put in a position to be exactly what he was. So he was being told, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to do it. You have somebody like Biden who comes in after, right? And when he comes in, he fucks up shit so badly that now it's like you're clamoring for Trump, right? You're like, oh, we need Trump back. We need Trump back. But that was the plan all along. The plan was for Biden to come in after Trump and fuck shit up so that now we can go back to Trump, right? That was the whole game. But look at those 4 years of Biden. Well, it hasn't been 4 years yet, but it will be by the time the next election comes around. and the hell that people had to go through just so that you can have your Trump savior back. And if you really know what's going on, then you know that Trump is doing his part behind the scenes to fuck over humanity just like Biden is. But again, in the public eye, he's presenting himself as the good guy. Or is he? Because look at what happened on January 6th. Trump had intel about what was going to happen that day, and he still led his followers down there to get fucked. And to this day, those people are still getting fucked. So if you're a supporter of Trump and you went down there thinking you were being patriotic or whatever, and Trump had intel that something bad could happen to you, and he still let you come down there and he still set you up and you still support the guy, you got to think about that. He set your ass up. He knew what was going to happen and he didn't stop it. He could have held the rally somewhere else or something, but he decided to go down there, set up all his supporters, and then now those people are getting fucked. To this day, they're still getting fucked. And he's in the background like, whatever. I did my part. So long story short, I don't trust either of these guys. I don't support either of these guys. I wouldn't trust them if I were you guys. You guys need to do your research to see who you're really supporting. If you really look at it, Trump isn't doing what you think he's doing. He's being put in a position to present himself as he's the savior. He's being told what to do. He's being told this is how you're going to present yourself. These are the things you're going to tell the people so that they can believe in you, so that we can control them in other ways. But even when he was in office, what did he really do besides get attacked a lot? And he was made an example of, right? Like, he was attacked by the left consistently, and they made him look like a clown the whole time. And then he got ousted, and now he's still being made to look like a clown with this raid on his home. And it's a shit show. It's a shit show. All I have to say is stop following people. Stop giving your power away. You don't need a president. You don't need a government. You don't need anything to tell you what to do. People have existed on this planet for millions of years before there were governments, before there were people telling you what to do and you voting to have somebody tell you what to do. That doesn't need to exist. We think that it needs to exist. We're being told that this is the way the world should work. But that's not true, because the people have existed before it and people will exist after it. But as long as you believe that you need this, it's not going anywhere. And then you're going to have all types of situations in this world happening where your governments are getting into wars and doing things that you don't like, passing laws that you don't want, because you gave your power away to them to control you. You voted for them so they can tell you what to do. That's all you're doing. So stop doing it, and then you won't have the shit show that you have now with Biden and Trump. And when Trump comes back, who knows what the fuck's going to happen? I have a feeling he's going to be the president next election. And if he is, they're talking about civil war and all this other shit, right? Well, you can expect something like that, because you know the left isn't going to sit down and just let it happen, right? Those people are crazy. So they're going to go apeshit and attack anybody that's a Trump supporter. They were already doing it before. What do you think they're going to do if Trump comes back after all this bullshit that they've been building up with Biden and everything else? It's going to be a fucking shit show. And I could see a civil war happening. But anyways, stop giving your power away to these people and to these governments so that they can put us in these situations where we're in wars or fighting people that we don't want to fight and going places and doing things we don't want to do. If you agree, hit the like, leave a comment if you agree or disagree, subscribe, and support the channel if you want in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.